What's up, Josh?
What's up?
How's everything?
Good. Little Memorial Day intro.
Oh, yeah. We can't play too much. We don't get in trouble. But little Toby Keith action there. How was your weekend? What'd you do?
I laid on the couch, still sick, but
Good Lord.
it's
You
good
have to say,
times.
did you have a fever and everything?
Yeah, like 102, 103, kind of just sweating it out.
So just break out that water bottle,
Yep.
give yourself an enema, break that.
No, not that way. I'm not that
Suckered
desperate.
you into that one.
No,
Just bring the big tube. I want to make sure we really break this fever.
no. I'm not like you.
Just because you need it, not because you're trying to break a fever. Yeah.
How
So
was your weekend? Show of forces this weekend. Good little
yeah,
turnout, I
short person
heard.
this weekend. It was good turnout. Um, boys ended up doing a round robin of 7, 8 teams. Girls had a little more than that, so it was good. We
That's
did
probably
individuals.
that's probably good for the amount of gym space you had there.
Yeah, you know what? I liked it a lot. Shout out to Coach Donnie Garrett and the South Torrance team. Dude, I love that venue. We're gonna be there next year too because I like it a lot.
Hey,
it
speaking of which, are we ever gonna get Fernando and Donnie on the same podcast? I mean, we've had Fernando a couple times, but
Yeah,
is
I'm
that
not sure.
is that ever gonna
I'd
happen?
like to. I'd like to. They were supposed to come on after state, right?
Yeah, that was the deal,
That
but I
was the
guess the deal
deal,
was
but
broken.
yeah, I don't know. One of those handshakes. Boop. Sorry. I don't know. I'll have to talk to both of them. I know one of them's
Well, I know
always
one of
down.
them's all
I know
always
always
down.
down. Yes. The other one, I think, just likes to be low key. He'll have a discussion, but I think he likes to be a little more low key about it. That's all. Not like us. But yeah. So it was good. Let me see. On the boys' side, we had South Torrance brought 2 teams, of course. They La Mirada, Golden Valley drove down, Paloma Valley, Silmar.
Santiago have a boys team or just a girls team?
No. Santiago didn't have any team.
Okay, I
Shoot.
saw them there.
No, Santiago was part of another team. They only
Okay,
they mixed in with Paloma Valley.
okay.
They mixed in with Paloma Valley. Um, yeah, Golden Valley, Paloma Valley. Who else am I missing there? Dang it, I'm missing. Oh, Montclair. Montclair brought a team. Boys. Dang, I don't want to be disrespectful and forget anybody. Golden Valley, Paloma Valley, Montclair, South Torrance,
Selmar had a
La
mixed
Mirada,
bag.
Silmar, yeah. So and then the girl side was bigger than that. So we had 8 girl teams. We had some teams bow out under circumstances. Let me ask you this, Josh. You run a tournament, right? You run a tournament,
Yep.
and somebody
Allegedly.
allegedly, and you run a tournament, and let's say I don't know somebody you know. Maybe it's not me where you're that you have that much contact, but somebody you talk to periodically. Let's say I don't know. Don't throw a name out there. I don't know. Mike Kim calls you. It's like, hey, dude, I want a team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, to you, what does that mean? Does that mean he's coming? Like, no matter what, he just doesn't have his money right now. What does it mean exactly?
Yeah, well, and for you, it's a little different because maybe people don't understand, but they're getting a singlet. Like they're getting what, 16 singlets or something like that, 14
Yeah,
singlets with that team. So that people say, oh, $600 for a tournament, that's a ripoff. You're screwing people. Well, if you get 16 singlets that kids get to wear and you charge each kid $20, you know,
yeah.
it's
So, yeah. So, and yeah, that's another topic. But yeah, I had
but yeah,
somebody that I'm close to call me and like, hey, I'm on a team. I want a team. Do all that stuff, and then call me the night before. I'm enjoying one of our new favorite restaurants. I'm over there at the White Horse,
mm-hmm.
and about to dip into that fried chicken that you guys tore up last time. And
The
I got
spicy
a call.
ketchup.
Oh, dude, I tore up some more spicy ketchup. Let me tell you. was good. I brought some home too this time. And yeah, they unfortunately they said the school didn't approve their fundraising, and I'm like, was that yesterday? Like, when did that happen? So he's like, well, it says on the website if you don't pay, then you're not registered. And I'm like, dude, you gave me the buddy call. And so I was like, but here's the thing though. I'm a little smarter than your average bear. When they filled out their registration form, they had their assistant coach put their name on it. And that was a red flag to me. Like, hold on a second. So I actually kept an odd number because I had a feeling. So, and luckily that feeling panned out because then that draw team just took on those singlets. So,
well, that's good. But I guess it's lesson learned for you too.
oh yeah. So now
cash
money
is king, right?
Yep. Sorry, we're homies, but I had an acquaintance burn me. And the funny thing is, this acquaintance too is like, I don't like to owe anybody money. But I know for a fact that they owe a high school tournament money from like 2 years ago. They like swap tournaments with them. Okay. Mm-hmm. And like, okay, so let's say you have 8 girls, right, Josh? You have 8 girls on your team. Or let's even just say 14. You have 14 girls on your team. That's it, right? And you trade tournaments with a team that has like 60 kids. Mm-hmm. When they come to your tournament, do you think that is it 14 or are you letting all 60 in?
No, it's 14. Okay. That's why I don't swap tournaments with people. They ask me all the time, but it's like, I have 4 girls. Like, I'd rather just pay you the $25, $30 a person. And then when you come to my tournament, you pay me the full tournament fee.
Yeah.
Or if we want to play the credit game, we can, but it just gets messy. Like, our district doesn't like that. Our district likes a check to be cut one way and a check to be cut the other way, contracts, all that. And it just makes it flow. And
keeps it clean.
Nobody says he said, she said, and then athletic directors get involved. I mean, I still got like 6, 7 teams that I'm chasing down money from our tournament. And it's, it's like, I just give the list to my athletic director after a certain couple of calls and I don't get anywhere. I just say, okay, here's a contract. They came, they said the check's in the mail, the famous, my head coach sent the check to the mail. They did it last week. Any day you should get it. Well, like, I don't know. It must have gotten lost in the mail. Not in the mail, just lost.
Yeah. So I got caught with that. So it kind of sucks. Whatever. And then it just there's other stuff. It was like whatever. It was kind of a disappointment because I like that team because they're competitive and they always bring some tough girls.
They always bring some transfers.
I didn't say anything like that, but yeah. So I like competing, and I like good competition. But hey, it must be doing something right if they get transfers. That's all I gotta say, right? So, so it was unfortunate. So we ended up, but we still ended up, like I said, we ended up with even number of teams. Knocked it out. It was good. We ran full pools. Then we did ones, twos, threes, fours. Then we did individuals. Who's undefeated? Meet up. Wrestle up. And the cool thing too is like we told the girls like the last duel match, which was the 1 versus the 1, 2, 2, we didn't have team awards, so it's just an extra match. And then I figured like, it'll be a way to get some of these first place matches out of the way too. And then the coaches were like, nah, we want to go again. I was like, all right, cool. So you actually had a couple matches where it was one person won the duel, the other person won when it was a first place match. So, and it kind of bit that steam. I'll be honest, it was Golden Valley. Golden Valley was the one that was like, hey, are we getting those extra matches? And I was like, oh, you want to go again? Because a lot of the matches, Somar versus Golden Valley. And he was like, yeah, we want to go again. My girls might have taken it a little light, knowing that it was just an exhibition. So we want to make sure that they're right when everything counts. And dude, Golden Valley's always, dude, don't ever, nobody, if I ever hear somebody say something that Golden Valley is not game to go, I'm going to call them a liar to their face because Golden Valley is ready to go all the time. So
when you grow up in the hood of Bakersfield, you're ready.
Yeah.
You gotta be ready.
So Coach Gamino, of course, from Golden Valley, Coach Eddie Machado from Ridgeview, he brought some of his girls. Genesis Corte was there.
Did they carpool?
Yeah, carpool together. They all caravan. The caravan. Yeah. And then
they could have borrowed Mario's bus.
They had a really tough 150 that I think she got injured at the end of the year last year. Tough, dude. Really good
The
match
girl
in
that
the
got
finals.
injured or the girl that didn't make weight?
The girl that got injured, you think he said she hurt herself or something like that. Yeah.
From Golden
So,
Valley?
yeah, the other one that did make weight was higher, a little
A
higher
little
weight.
bigger than that? Okay.
Yeah, but
So she
she
was
was
tough too.
tough. She's tough. She her and Madison Camp in the finals, and it was a good match, dude. So we had that. We had in the pool rounds we had Aaliyah
So
Yates
was
versus
Kennedy there?
yeah, Kennedy was there.
Okay, so that's the
Kennedy was
team,
there.
one of the ones you missed. Just
Oh
want to
yeah,
give
oh
them
no,
props.
that on the
Just
yeah, no,
want
on
to
the
give them
girls side,
props for showing
yeah,
up.
yeah, no, for sure. Girls side was Paloma Valley, Golden Valley, um El Medina, um because we separated one pool because they all had heavyweights, the other ones didn't have heavyweights. Um then there was Somar RTC, Somar Select. You had shoot, who else was in it was in our pool? We said AJJ already. My brain is fried right now. I'm all over the place. Ayala came. Um, yeah, Paloma Valley girls also. Golden Valley, El Medina. Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm fried right now.
Sorry.
I'm just like,
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your
yeah,
tournament anymore. It's over.
yeah. Nobody does. It's over. Gone. So yeah, so they went through. Those are some good matchups though. Like I said, Aaliyah Yates versus Anya Drury, Madison Camp versus the Golden Valley girl. And I'm sorry, I'm not remembering her name off the top of my head. Sorry, Montclair, Cathedral City drove up. That's who drove up. Cathedral City. Yeah, so it was good overall. Kind of a cool thing too. So my daughter started wrestling when she was a freshman, and she went to the same high school that I went to, and La Mirada was there. I went to La Mirada High School, and her dream was always to have her name on the wall next to mine.
Mm-hmm.
And as a freshman, she placed at girls Southern CAF, and they said sorry, we're not going to recognize the girls when she was in high school, and that upset her. So we ended up leaving schools, and actually the coach David Ostandi and Coach Aragon, a couple other coaches that are the coaches there now, they pulled Des aside yesterday and told her that she's going to get her name on the wall. They're redoing the gym right now at La Mirada High, and she's going to get her name on the wall. So she'll be next to Dad. So it'll be the first
Cool.
father-daughter. Yeah. So that was cool. So congrats to her for that. But yeah, other than that, it was good. Ran good. Hey, did you know, does your school have a resident DJ for your events?
No, we hired
First
one.
time I ever saw it. South Torrance has a resident DJ. Awesome. So that was cool. Yeah, so everything was good. Awesome. Nobody was hurt. Had a couple of owies here and there, but nothing Crazy. Everybody was healthy. Everybody had a good time. So had some pretty sick medals. So it was good. Overall, it was a good thing. So what about you? Anything you hear new? What's up with the petitions? I haven't heard anything about it. My girl said that the registration process is pretty smooth. I just talked to Anya right now. But I know some girls are petitioning. I know Michaela's petitioning. How's that going?
She hasn't heard word one. And I know a couple of her friends are too. That we're also on previous teams. Whether they're hurt or just didn't qualify or got fourth or whatever. No word whatsoever. So she's going to send another email on Tuesday. I told her give it the weekend. Send an email on Tuesday. And if not, then I guess she can figure out what team she wants to wrestle for in Fargo.
Yeah.
Because hey, if California don't want her, Texas has open spots. Or Wyoming,
Arizona,
Wyoming has a bunch of open spots. I talked to the state director
nice,
at US Open, and I think they only take like 10 girls or something, and then they can have 80 girls or something like that. So they have plenty of open spots. There's plenty of teams. Colorado's taken some in the past for us. Hawaii's taken some in the past for us. So Pennsylvania took some in the past for us.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have only heard of one instance where California blocked somebody. They were going to go wrestle at OCU in college, and the director at the time drew a really hard line on these parents and was like, no, your payment's due at this time.
Mhm.
And the college coach at the time said, hey, have him wrestle for Oklahoma and I'll pay the entry. And they blocked it. And then the next year, in comes the girl from Colorado to wrestle for California CIF State. And they let her wrestle for Colorado the next year.
Hmm.
It was like, wow, that was quick. So, but my understanding is what was explained to me was like, well, the parents live in Colorado, so they'll wrestle. They could wrestle for Colorado. And I
Well,
was like, well, they,
my understanding is there's not a whole lot of girls or boys going to Fargo, so there's a lot of open spots. So you would think that California would want to fill those dorm spots that they have already pre-purchased and possibly flights, which I don't know if we'd take the flight at all either anyway. I mean, I could fly
Yeah.
and rent a car with both of us for the same price that they're going to charge for it. But, it's so much cheaper. I don't know if you've ever been there, but if you fly into Minneapolis, it's only a 4-hour drive to Fargo versus
yeah,
flying directly into Fargo. I understand trying to get 80 kids, from one
yeah,
location directly there is way better. But what's
yeah,
crazy is they pick them up from the Fargo airport in a charter bus. So they're renting
yeah,
a charter bus for the day, most likely. It
yeah,
wouldn't be that much. To me, I'd be like, fly to Minneapolis, take a Fargo or take a charter to Fargo for 4 hours, save a whole boatload of money. I don't know.
yeah,
That's just, I don't want to
yeah,
get in the I don't want to get in the politics of it. I'm already too deep. That's
yeah.
probably why that's probably why the petition is sitting on a desk over there. Just, oh, that last
That's
name, that
yeah,
last
that's
name.
it.
We'll just let that sit over there for a little bit longer.
That's if they've even printed the petition. They might just
Yeah.
still be on their computer. Like, I'll just leave that one there unread.
Yep.
So,
I was gonna
um,
have her put a read receipt on it, but I didn't. But she did copy a couple people and blind carbon copy a couple people. So
okay,
we'll see.
some checks and balances there.
Just a response is fine. Like, yes, no, maybe so. Like, just a, hey, we
Yeah,
got
we're in
it.
the
Thanks for,
process.
or just
Yeah,
a, hey, thanks. We like to everybody. Like, hey, we
yeah,
got it. The other thing I would like to see, because I've heard the Doys are not going to Fargo this year, like 100%. Well, 98% that they're not going because they both got new jobs, as medical in the medical field of some sort. I don't know what their job is exactly. Medical assistant, medical something, right? They want to be
yeah,
doctors or medical somethings. Something, they're smart. They both got like 4.0 GPA through college.
yeah,
So I heard they cannot take the time off. So I would like to see who the staff is. Like boys and girls. I'm curious, we're sending 4 boys, possibly 5 based on the petitions to Fargo. It'd be nice to say, here's the head coach, here's the assistant coach, here's the Greco coach, here's the freestyle,
yeah,
all the because there's the head coach, but he doesn't coach. He's like the team leader kind of person,
yeah.
and it's not the director. But then the women's director is the coach too. I would like to see.
That wasn't always that way.
No, I know. I
That
would like
wasn't.
to see
Yeah.
like, and I understand it's a lot harder to find female coaches. We've already talked about that ad nauseum for
Nah, it's not that
people.
hard for me.
No,
And
I know.
that female coach put a lot of girls on that team this year. So and coached 5
Yeah.
All-Americans in Texas this year. But I don't know. I don't know any other female coaches that could say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was interesting, to say the least.
But
But yeah,
could she take, I don't know, 11, 12 days off of work to go?
she'd make it work.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, it would be interesting. Like you're right, because I mean, it make parents a little more eager, maybe, if they're like, oh yeah, I want my kid to go wrestle for that coach, stuff like that. You see Cleo Johnson's name on it, and the girls that he's worked with. You see
Yeah.
him in big opens in their corner, and he's
Yeah.
actually worked with them. He's not just some guy giving them a singlet and standing in their corner. He actually is working with them.
Isn't that last name Lane or Johnson? Lane.
I don't remember. What do you think? Lane?
Lane, I think.
Is it Lane? I don't know.
I don't know. Something.
So yeah,
We know Cleo.
Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah,
if I saw him, like I've said many times, I don't care if it's a male or a female coach as long as they can coach.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it's a male or a female coach coaching my son either, as long as they can coach.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, but I mean, I think it would be helpful to like have it out there,
yeah.
you know.
So based on Fargo, I've seen, on Wrestlers Only and the Scramble and all the Facebook um, sites. Is Fargo a prohibitive cost for a lot of people to go? And I think,
Well,
that's
Rob
like
Rob did a good job. Rob Valario did a really good job of covering this. You know, if you know your child's gonna go 0-2, you know your kid barely qualified for state in a week class that maybe isn't that tough. Maybe it's better not to send your kid there and send him to a camp. Send him to,
Mhm.
he's kind of been, pretty clear about that.
I'm even talking about, like, let's say nationwide. Like
Yeah.
the question whether or not the cost is
It
$1,800.
it is
Fargo.
it's Lane
Oh,
slash
Cleo
Johnson.
Lane. Okay, I always knew him as
Yeah.
Cleo Lane. That's why I was.
Yeah. I knew it was Johnson just because I wrestled
He's
a year at
married. He
JC
got
with him.
hyphenate or what?
He got
He
hyphenated. He
married.
took on her
He,
name.
he
He's like,
married. He
yeah.
married a rich lady.
Hey, no, you just know he married up because he's like, hey, I'm taking her name.
I'll take that name.
Heck yeah.
Um,
It's not like it's DuPont. You ever
yeah,
see Richard DuPont, you know what happened, okay? You get a random. And I don't care if it's John either. I'm
yeah.
getting in that family.
Heck yeah, there's dinero there.
Like,
Oh,
wow.
but no, I'm just saying, like, I think it's not a prohibitive. I mean, you have plenty of ways to raise money, and you have a long time to plan for it too. Even from when the qualifier is to when I know payments are getting due and stuff. But I don't know. And some states are way more than us, and some states are way less than us. But you get less or more.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So based on the cost, I think kids should learn how to work for it and not just throw up a GoFundMe account.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, maybe it's because we're so, I guess, entwined in the wrestling community that we, have 100 mutual friends with a lot of these people or whatever on social media, and so
Yeah,
we
when
see it. So we see
your
it
feed
reposted. Yeah,
your feed is
but
just inundated with just constant
it's like
GoFundMe's.
help blah 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 go to Fargo, help blah 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 go to here, help blah blah blah. And I mean, I guess it's a good way if grandma and grandpa or aunt and uncle and stuff, but I don't know. I get sick of it, and maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'm just like, well, okay, hey, if you can get $500 that you couldn't have already gotten some other, if you can't, more power to you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more inclined to like, I mean, dude, come ref a tournament for me. I'll
Yeah.
play, some money there. Come, I mean, yeah, obviously I'm trying to be as generous as possible. My girls will be the first to tell you, but yeah, on the other side of it too, it's like, I don't know, mow some
Like, do
lawns,
something for it. Yeah.
Yeah, just the idea of give me because you have, like, that's not always gonna teach the kids the right thing either, I mean, I mean, the whole point of wrestlers and stuff like that is that you're hardworking,
Yeah.
and that, there's something to be said about that. Um,
I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I
yesterday I
watched
went,
I watched a lot of cars for $5 to go to Fargo.
yeah, I literally yesterday I got home from the tournament and I'm exhausted, and I find out that there's this family in like two neighborhoods over on the neighborhood app. They are selling food to try to pay for their grandmother's funeral. And I'm like, oh man, like I don't eat cheese. This all stuff has cheese on it, but I'm like, you know what? I gave
Cheese
them
is
more
so
money.
good though.
Ugh, dude,
Cheese
I
is so
wouldn't
good.
know. I wouldn't know. But I gave them. I donated money, like more than just the food. I took a cupcake for my little one. And I gave more money. You're just making the effort. I'm like, good pair. Here's a little
Yeah.
more money, than that. So, there's that. But yeah, I mean, put a little effort in, put a little elbow grease in. It makes it a little bit easier. People will give you more, I think, and give more than you're asking
And
even.
and I've seen some pretty, like, neat raffles. Even, like, putting it on social media. Hey, I'm trying to earn my way to Fargo. If there's anything you need done for that you would like to donate to me for me donating my time, I think would
Yeah.
go a whole lot further for at least these people that are going to be generous anyway, to
Yeah.
actually feel like they've got something for their money versus just because I don't know that you can write off a GoFundMe donation.
I'm not sure if you can or not. And that's another thing too. I should text Coach Gamino and actually put in the description here. There's a young lady that wrestles for Gamino's team who would get picked up on a motorcycle from her family, and unfortunately they had an accident, and little girl's gonna be going through some surgeries and stuff.
Oof.
And we're sending them some money, and it's like, man, I gotta send them a check so they can get it. But yeah, I don't think the GoFundMe's are always cut and dry,
Yeah.
tax write off stuff like that. So
Not that
but
that's
yeah,
the only reason you donate, but it does help.
yeah, I mean, it just gets other people who maybe are on the fence,
Yeah.
to deep into their pockets and stuff like that. So, or maybe they just dig a little deeper than they would have otherwise. So
Yeah.
there's that part of it. But overall, yeah, I feel you on that too. I'd like to have kids come out, and I think Trina Nguyen, I think, is one that I've had referee for me once back in the day. I've had girls, wrestlers, come through and just ref, and I'll help you out on your way to Fargo. So that was cool. But other than that, yeah, it was good. Did you see any of the results from Italy for the girls?
No. Mensa, I saw won it, but I didn't see anything else.
Yeah, she had a tough match with the girl from Canada. I was just curious. I didn't get the chance to look it up.
I haven't
Busy all
looked at them
weekend.
yet.
And
You
then,
see David Taylor's out?
I did. Okay,
And
okay, Josh.
now
I'm gonna throw it at you.
Downey is
Hey,
yeah.
I'm gonna throw it at you now. Okay,
Yeah.
because
So,
I'm first of all, let me preface this. I'm America. I don't care if it's Downey or Taylor. I don't care. I'm America. So whoever's in the red, white, and blue, that's my guy. But
okay.
where does David Taylor do his cardio training and stuff like that? His strength conditioning and stuff. Where does he do that at?
Well, Penn State, but he comes out quite often to Orange County training lab.
Training lab.
Mm-hmm.
Who are some of the famous people training at the training lab?
Aaron Pico. Let's see. There's a lot of good.
Any other
There's
champs?
a lot
Any
of
other
good
champs?
people.
Just the champs. Just the champs. I don't
No,
know.
there was
Just
a champ, but
champs.
he got stripped.
Oh, really? Did you get what? Who was that?
TJ Dillashaw.
Oh, Dillashaw. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Jake
And
Ellenberger is training there.
And I don't know. I used to do some working out.
So
and
what hold on, what you're proposing is that he had a fake surgery because he might test positive for EPO. Is that what you're inferring?
No, I'm wondering if maybe he was given something that makes fast twitch fibers grow a little faster, and maybe a slight little misstep causes an overreaction of the muscle spindle to cause a sliding filament theory to react in a more intense manner.
Oh my god!
And ligaments are not caught up in they're not strengthening at the same rate as the sliding filaments are growing within the muscle.
He's been getting bigger for 4 years, not
a rupture.
Not 3 months.
So I don't know. It's interesting. All of a sudden, like you saw the injury, it was nothing.
Well,
it was nothing, especially
to
a world-class athlete. And I was like, man, it's shame if I don't know.
I didn't even think this was gonna go. I didn't even think this was gonna go that way, but this conversation. I was thinking about how you love Loudmouth Downey.
Hey,
I'm a
PD3 fan just because I texted him and he was like super nice about it and stuff. And I actually got to send him some gift cards to Whole Foods to help the cause because he's representing America.
And that whole thing, like, hey, does he deserve the spot? Heck yeah. He's stuck in that weight class and believed that he could win it.
Mm-hmm.
And he did win by default, but he won and he's our representative. All these people saying that, he shouldn't have. Now, should Taylor have, if he knew he was having surgery, I think if he would have announced before the US Open, because if I'm not mistaken, Beat the Streets was before US Open.
Mhm.
He should have announced he wasn't going to wrestle. I think that's the best thing for America because I guarantee you a couple people would have gone in that weight class for sure that are better than Downey. But Downey's our guy. Let's support our guy. Enough of that guy. I don't want to give him any more credit.
Oh,
I
so
just
you
don't
think
like his.
so you think Nickel would have dropped to that weight class?
I think Nico would have gone, and I think possibly Dake would have. Well, who knows what's happening with Dake? I think he ain't even going to wrestle in at the rack. But I
You
think
know
he's
why?
going to ask for a special wrestle off too. Oh, because he's training with Taylor too. Is that what you're saying? They've been sharing EPO needles. Is that what you're thinking?
Hey, the brothers. No, I think Dake's gonna go up. I think Dake's gonna go up when next year. Why would he go down and face somebody he hasn't beaten, as opposed to going up and facing somebody he hasn't lost
Because
to?
he's not big enough. But we'll see.
But he takes this year off if he's hurt too. If he's hurt too, he just jerks. Goes over to the training lab and mysteriously grows.
Bigger and better.
Yeah. So that's my own personal spot on that. But so now it goes from the second Final X being the big show to the first Final X being the big show because now it looks like Dake might not even wrestle either.
No, and Helen already requested a postponement of her wrestle off, which is weird because
How does she get a wrestle off? She didn't even medal last year.
I don't understand. Like it was weird. It was like she's not going to show. There was an article I was reading on the Open Mat or something about how she's requesting an extension on her wrestle off is because she's. If you're a gold medalist in the Olympics, does that count as something? I don't know.
No, that's wrong. Like, why does she get a wrestle off while everybody else is going through the grind? Even if you're hurt, you're hurt. Like, there's nothing around that. You missed deadlines and you didn't medal last year. I don't think that's fair at all. That doesn't make any sense to me. And you know what? Shame on the process if they allow that because that's not fair. When
no,
what if Nashawn wanted to do the same thing? Nashawn was a world team member last year. You know, had to default out, but I mean, didn't have enough time to recover. That just seems like garbage. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of that happening. It's just not good.
Hold on. I got
Let's see here.
a DM from it, so I'm trying to look for it. Yeah, it's for my daughter. Don't worry.
No worries. I'm never worried. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on here yet. I was checking it right now, but even at that, like, I mean, is she training? How have you guys seen her around?
No, I haven't seen her around. I mean, she's been on the mat, but it doesn't look like she's
like seriously training for it.
Yeah. Oh, I know where I sent it. Okay, let me find it. I know this is amazing entertainment.
Yeah, people just love watching us look up stuff on our phones and computers.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, that'll be interesting.
I mean, she's been around. She's come to our room a couple times, and you know, she's done a couple speaking engagements.
Yeah. Have you been looking on Instagram lately?
For what?
I mean, just in general, like,
yeah,
just seeing coaches and stuff like that. It to me, it's crazy. It looks like there's already people that are already transferring, and it's kind of a surprise in Southern California. I don't know enough about Northern California to know if it's as big of a thing up there. I'm guessing not. So
I've seen quite a few people.
So
are new. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like the DAOs. Like the DAOs are now at Corona. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of a surprise. But then I don't know if the other one that you had heard was going to be transferring too, but yeah, I had heard that too. You know, that there's another Temecula girl is transferring.
Oh, I've heard that, and I almost made a comment on social media the other day about it, just like a funny comment, but then I didn't want it to get taken out of context. Like, why do you know?
Yeah,
it's completely obvious, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, man, that just seems like it's early, but I don't know. I think it's interesting.
So do you think that let's without naming names. Do you think there would be a concern? Let me. How do I hypothetically say this? Would you be concerned as a high school coach
Mm-hmm.
sending your kid, knowing, like, let's say the Fargo staff team list was published,
Uh-huh.
knowing that one of those, or two or three or five of those people on staff are notorious for providing better opportunities, or I'm not gonna say providing better opportunities, but acting like there's better opportunities at their
Promising,
school,
with the promise of better
promising.
opportunities, promise of
Yeah,
better
there
workout
you go.
partners, promise of
Would
whatever.
you be less apt to encourage your kid to go to Fargo if that was the case?
Absolutely.
Then, and
Absolutely.
I'm wondering if that's why they don't publish the
Well,
list.
I mean, that's the thing too. When you look at who these coaches are and where they coach, and you cross-reference the number of transfers their schools get, I can understand why people would be hesitant.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hide behind the guys all you want of like, well, if you take care of your kids, they won't go. Yeah, but if you got somebody in their ear all the time telling them how magnificent they are and how magnificent they could be, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, to be quite honest, there's one girl who's transferring. She's passing up a school that is building a program and has success in, to go to another school that, to be quite honest, when girls transfer there, I don't know that they get better or that the people ahead of them just graduate, to be quite honest. I'm just being
Mm-hmm.
honest, So as a parent who's transferred their kid, like, I could say that a lot goes into it, and I think now more than then, like, I'm more educated about it, and to be honest, some of these coaches too, they do not care. If they have a semi-tough girl at a weight, they'll go out and get a tough girl for that weight class.
Mm-hmm.
And if one of them knocks the other one out, or one of them, or the girl who was already there takes out the one who transferred, oh well.
Kind of like the
That's just,
Oklahoma State
yeah,
process, huh?
yeah,
Like, we're just gonna over recruit, and the other one better cut weight.
yeah,
Cut weight so you can
and
make the team.
yeah, and it's just, I don't know. It's kind of interesting because, like we said, and then we've had people on before that have been accused, of these kinds of things, but they say it all the time. Well, we're not talking to girls, but if they want to come, then it's on them.
And
Okay.
I think it's with the new transfer rule being like you can choose your team before your freshman year wherever you want. I think that's helping a lot because these, let's just use Gaetan as an example, right?
Uh-huh.
She knew where she was going, and they picked that. They don't live near there. They live close,
Mm.
but I don't think they live there. They're choosing going into their freshman year where they think is going to be the deal.
Yeah.
I don't know where Cristal lives. I mean, I don't know. We don't hear very much in the north because we don't have a
An ear up
voice,
there.
an ear up
Yeah.
there, or a voice. Well,
Mm.
we have a loud voice, but he doesn't know what he's talking about sometimes, and he doesn't
Yeah.
ever want to contribute. He wants to keep it to himself. Um, but
Well,
yeah, we don't.
he'll talk behind you. Just won't talk
Yeah.
to you.
So
But
yeah,
no,
I
they,
don't think we hear about as much transfers up there, and I know Southern section seems to be pretty lax on it too, compared to other sections. They're like, oh, we could never do that. When I talk to people, like, oh, we could never transfer. They would stop us. We'd sit out a year. Southern
yeah.
section's like, oh yeah, oh, your parents work over in that vicinity. You got to drive by there. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
No,
is
no.
cool. I am for, like, I've been a big proponent. Like, you should go wherever is best for your kid, but don't think the grass is always greener on the other side. I mean, if you have a coach that doesn't care at all about your kid, and maybe you're the only girl on the team, and the coach is kind of pro boys wrestling and wants to get rid of you, then by all means, pack your bags and go somewhere that wants you. But if
Yeah.
you have a if you have a staff that's putting it into you, and has good coaching and whatnot, the grass isn't always greener. I know
Now,
girls want to be
can you
part of that team sometimes.
who's the one that sticks out to you that transferred schools and it made a significant positive impact on their wrestling? Who comes to mind for you? Not even that it's an illegal transfer or a recruitment, all that aside, it's all crap, whatever, right? Because you and I both know that if our kid could go to a better spot, we would send
Are
him.
you saying from
But
last year's performance?
yeah,
Or are you
let's say
saying
last year.
from,
Yeah, let's say
well,
last year.
last year's
We'll keep it
easy
easy.
because her coach didn't even register for her for the tournament, so that doesn't count.
Who's that?
If you got Danny Garcia, you go from not even qualifying for state to whatever she got, third, fifth, something like that.
Yeah.
Sixth.
Well,
But
well,
okay.
no, but she was
joking about that one.
yeah,
She was
yeah,
state
yeah.
qualifier before.
Yeah, she was state placer before. Yeah. I
Let
think
me,
like an eighth or something like that.
let me now you got I wasn't really thinking about this question, but a vast difference from transferring in a good way or a bad way.
Good way. Well, either way, like it either bit them in the butt or they made a jump.
Because Jersey comes to mind, biting in the butt.
Yeah, that's yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
And then you got maybe there's something leading Selma. You got what's her name, 106 pounder Mariah Morales left Selma to Sanger.
Yeah,
Better in
that's
the butt.
true.
Maybe there's something in the water there. Every time we drive by Selma, I always take my kids to Sal's and we drink the water there because it's probably good for them. Because there's a lot of good wrestling.
Good wrestling coming from there.
Good water. Man, who had a vast improvement that who's yours?
Jimerson. Yeah. Was it Jimerson at Palm Desert for the beginning of the year? Transferred to Northview. Made a jump, dude.
But that was girl to
yeah, but took fourth in state, or was that CIF? No, that's CIF. CIF, sorry.
CIF.
CIF. What's the CIF? No, but then she comes out and becomes an All-American.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a jump. Like that's really good on her side. You know, like that to me that was the most significant transfer / jump in the Southern section, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was significant in my opinion, for sure. So I don't know.
So wait, I can't think of anybody else, but I'll think about it. But so you drive a lot like me, and I know you listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts. Yeah. What are your top three that you listen to besides this one, of course? I mean, because
this number one, right?
This is number one. You know, I mean,
you know, I love me some me, so I'm like
exactly.
listen to myself some more.
I can't stand hearing my own voice, so I don't listen.
I actually haven't listened to any of these. I convert them and then never post them. But I need to post them. I convert them and they just sit on my computer forever. Takes time, damn it. Okay, so you turned me on to FRL's number one.
Mm-hmm.
They don't cover girls wrestling. Let's be honest though, nobody covers girls wrestling.
Nobody does.
Nobody covers
in the whole nation.
Nobody. Okay. So, but with that being said, FRL, I used to be on the Inside Trip all the time.
Me too, but I kind of like lost.
Yeah, it's kind of lost steam for me. I was like, which I think we should take some notes from, because I think I kind of lost steam because they were inconsistent. With their posting. And so I was like, well, fuck, I don't really care, like, because you guys, it's been 3 weeks, like, I don't know.
And they're kind of like us, except they like meet together once a week in the guy's basement and they drink some Miller High Lifes and talk crap. You know.
Well, by the way, I'm looking into like shared corporate space right now, and I found a place that I could have my own office, and I get all the beer and kombucha and everything for free with it. So if I get that place,
you're paying for it.
No, I'm paying for it, but I've never tasted alcohol. So if I do that, you damn sure we're getting guests, and you better drink what I'm paying for, because I'm leaning on you. Okay, take an Uber. Gotcha. Well, tell you what, we'll go eat at Whitehorse before, and then we could pregame at the office. Walk over to Whitehorse, because it's literally a block away from Whitehorse. Then we'll walk back, and then you could polish it off, take an Uber home.
Sounds like a plan. Sound like a really responsible adult.
Yeah. So okay, so FRL, the Rudis podcast I started listening to.
Hmm.
Um
Which
I don't
one?
even know if that
Because they
has a
have three of
name.
them.
Okay,
Well, they have three of them.
the
They
one
have the
with
Rudis
Ben.
Wrestling Podcast. Ben and Matt Dernlin.
Mhm.
They mostly talk wrestling, but they do talk about girls a lot, especially since Rudis is sponsored Sarah Hildebrandt and
Mhm.
oh my gosh, Michaela. Come, oh, jeez.
Was it Beck?
No, not Michaela Beck.
No,
Miracle, Kayla Miracle.
Miracle. Yeah, Miracle. Okay.
So they sponsored Miracle and what's her name, Sarah
Yeah.
Hildebrandt,
Yeah.
and they're sponsoring a couple more girls they're kind of like spacing them out for announcements wise.
Uh-huh.
So they talk a lot more girl stuff, which is awesome. Women's, I mean, it's not as popular, but if
Yeah.
it was popular, there'd be 7 California girls wrestling podcasts going on. Okay, so you got, and then there's the one with Carrie Colat.
Yes.
There's a weekly podcast with Carrie Colat that's called the something, and they go through a book. It's actually a leadership book for
Uh-huh.
businesses, and
Yeah.
him and Matt Dernlin go one week, like one chapter a week, and they talk about
Uh-huh.
the chapter. It's kind of cool. It's a little boring. It's not as wrestling-ish,
Uh-huh.
but would you just get a funny text about? Because I can see your
No.
face.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So okay. Now, you know me, dude. I am a homer. Okay. I am a California guy. Like, doesn't matter. Okay. I don't care what the sport is. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Men's or women's, whatever sport, I'm a homer. I go California. Then I go, be specific. I go SoCal. Sorry. I go LA, SoCal, California, West Coast, close to the West Coast. Okay. That's how I root for teams. It doesn't matter, dude. Okay.
Okay.
So, you know me, dude. I'm going to jump up front right off the bat, right? But one wrestler in particular that I just don't like. You don't like Pat Downey? You don't like Pat Downey for his antics? This wrestler, I think this tweet made her look bad, and she doesn't care, and I know she doesn't care because I actually congratulated her on her U.S. Open win, and she was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, thanks." And
I
I'm
know what
like,
you're talking about.
"Girl,
Is it Jenna?
you
Is it Jenna Burkett? Or
no, Jenna Burkett's my homie. No,
who then?
she's from New York, dude. Like, no." So,
Who? Because I
so
saw somebody getting into it today.
yes, they were on social media, and this was posted up by the loser. And did you see that handshake?
Uh huh. That was
And
Precious Bell.
yeah, and dude, her and Gladden were going at it on Twitter, and Precious put it out to her, bad sportsmanship question mark. It's the sport of wrestling. I work my ass off every day, so if I want to hit my chest and thank God when I win, I can. So it's so funny because you damn well it's so funny because you damn well you have to find something to post to cope with that lost.
Oh, well,
Um,
it's Twitter. You only get 144 characters.
no, she's still going. Take your L's and come back. I'll be waiting.
Ooh, and they're in Final X together.
No. I don't think so. That was at
That was at Team
yeah.
Trials.
She's got to wrestle. She has to wrestle Adeline.
Oh, she's gonna get beat.
So
Okay, so
I knew
we
she
got
was
your
fired
second.
though.
We
Huh?
got your second best. Your second is Rudis.
Oh
Who's your
yeah. Oh yeah.
third?
Sorry. Yeah.
You got
My my
ADD like
third.
Ben. Actually, it's bad because we both have ADD, so it's
yeah,
like
so it just goes round and round and round. So the third one that I listened to, I will just say I'll say the Inside Trip because they like girls wrestling too. They're big on girls
mhm.
wrestling too. They're really good, and they did something kind of cool. I don't know if you saw. They had some younger kids who were into wrestling and really knew their stuff come in and do a podcast on their thing, and it was really cool.
Yeah, so that's where I was getting at. There's one called Home Mat Advantage, and it's
Oh,
Sam
Matt Advantage.
Herring. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's Sam Herring and another kid, Joel Swisher, I think his name is. They're a freshman in high school and a 7th grader. Dude, this kid Sam Herring, he's always on Flow, like answering questions and asking questions. Like the kid is like has the best wrestling mind, better wrestling mind than most adults. When you
Yeah.
the way he articulates his questions, the way he thinks about wrestling, the way he just the whole thing. And I love it because it's I try to get my kids to listen to it. They think I'm
So they'll speak
why
better.
yeah,
So they'll speak better.
not even that. Just about the mindset of what they're everything, the thoughts, and just the way they're huge fans. He knows every international wrestler, every he's a student of the sport. And
Yeah.
they're from different states. One's North Carolina. I think Herring's from North Carolina or South Carolina.
Uh-huh.
And the other one's from State College, Pennsylvania. So he wrestles for M2 Training Center. He's the 9th grader. But that one's a cool one. FRL, Rudis. I do like to listen to some of Jason Bryant's interviews. I don't like listen religiously to everyone. I kind of go through and, oh yeah, I want to hear this person. I don't.
Yeah, no. Jason Bryant is I listen to him.
He's like the
and I don't even think of it as wrestling. I don't even think of it. I just like I listen to him for like mentorship. I like what he does. I like how he does it. Like it's smart. It's short. It's like on point.
Yeah, like they'll have like 7-minute thing with.
Yeah,
and I think it's cool because he's asked the same 8 questions, 10 questions to each person, and to hear the different answers. They have that 7 minutes or something like that short time. But he's like the wrestling media guru. I mean,
dude, he set us up. He set us up. He took his time to literally he DM'd me on my Twitter and was like, hey dude, like this is what you're doing wrong. Like you can fix this. And he didn't say it like that. He was super cool about it. And dude, I literally got him on the phone and he walked me through everything, dude. It didn't ask for anything in return. Didn't ask for a shout out. Didn't ask for money. And I shouldn't say that because people are gonna like inundate the guy with a bunch of calls like help us out. But dude, Jason Bryant, 100%. So that guy's the man for sure. I did.
We should get him on the show.
Yeah, make our show better, huh? Yeah. Because that guy's good. Like he's really good. So this is actually a good question because I think a lot of people need to kind of maybe brush up. Even parents too could, even if they have daughters that wrestle and they don't really know a lot about it, like school your kids. Your kids and be like, hey, Sarah Hildebrand's got this girl in the finals. Who do you think's gonna win? And make your kid go look it up and go YouTube it before you ask them, so you can drop it on them.
Yeah, my daughter is way more into wrestling than my son. I mean, she's on Flow and track and watching, hey, can I borrow somebody's track account? She'll ask somebody, can I borrow your track account? I want to watch this match that happened, whatever, because I'm not buying Flow and track. Flow is good enough.
Well, track, you got to buy every
tournament. You got to buy every event. It's weird.
Yeah,
every event. You can get the
yeah.
track gold, though. That's like really expensive. I think $299 a year.
Uh-huh.
And I think you get most of the U.S. events. No. You get all the U.S. events, and you get some of the big ones that they cover. Yeah. Like track gold.
If you're charging me over $200, I better get everything. I better get, and I mean, I'm not that I don't want to support wrestling, but that's a lot more than Flow. And
it's owned by NBC.
Okay. Well, if I pay for NBC online, I should get track automatic, just like I get Flow weightlifting, Flow band, Flow rodeo, which I need to take more advantage of.
Yeah, so Flow. I know you want to watch Flow marching band, right?
Well, no, I'm just thinking like I should have been a rodeo cowboy if I was going to be this small. I'm too big to be a jockey. No, I'm too big to be a jockey and too small to be anything else. So a rodeo guy would have been just perfect. Like, damn, it's terrible.
Weren't you like the Curb handball champion of the West Coast? A couple years ago.
I'm not relinquishing that, dude. That's forever. I play handball against the Curb. What about it? So, okay, let me ask you this. Let's make this a little informative, okay? Since you brought up a good question on the podcast, and we probably got, I don't know, somebody 5 extra subscribers. I'm watching coaches, like first year coaches with girls at tournaments, and you get the same questions all the time. Do you have a hair tie? So, okay, let's just go about this. Let's talk about the top 5 things that you need in your bag. Not just for wrestling, but specifically girls wrestling. Of course, you need tape. You need to tape their laces. Of course, you need, whatever. Yeah, nose plugs. Okay, nose plugs, hair ties, sanitary
Mhm.
products for when their aunt comes to visit once a month.
Yep.
Um, what are the other two?
An extra hairnet
Hairnet. Okay.
and
Last
a headgear.
one.
A headgear is boys and girls, but I usually carry an extra headgear, like the
Hmm.
crappy one that Velcro, easily adjustable.
Yeah. Fix it on the fly.
Yeah. What's the fifth one?
Hmm.
I
Yeah, I
don't
was just
know.
thinking
I always
about
have
this.
a knee pad, but I try to keep it on them. Like, you
Yeah.
need to bring. You're grown. Like, you're in high school now. Like, you
Yeah.
need to bring
Bring
the
your stuff.
stuff you need. I do
Yeah.
have it, but like, I make them feel real guilty if they do ask.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you don't have that? Like, you know it's gonna happen at the same time every month. Like, what do you mean you
Yeah.
don't have that?
Yeah. So I would tell my girls too. I'm
Not
like,
that I
look, if
make them
you,
feel guilty for having it. I make them feel guilty for
yeah,
forgetting it.
yeah, yeah, no, it's 100%. And I always tell them too, like, because their weight starts to kind of fluctuate, especially when they're new. And I'm like, you better figure out your process. If you need to start
Hmm.
slamming Midol 2 days ahead of time to keep the water retention down, and the ibuprofen to keep the pain or whatever, like you need to figure out your routine, you know. But I will say this though, if you have hair ties, you better keep them in the bag. As soon as you pull out all these hair ties, guarantee all your girls are gonna be like, I don't have a hair tie, can I have a hair tie? And those hair ties will be gone like that. That's number
You know,
one.
you know what though? Like, I've seen coaches
Mhm.
that have like a lanyard,
Uh-huh.
with a bunch of
Just
hair ties on it.
roped on them. Yep.
But
By the end of the
dude,
year,
but some of them are disgusting. Like, they're like,
putting them
I mean,
back in there after they use them.
oh, dude, I'm like, where has this hair tie been? I wouldn't even touch it, let alone put it in my
It looks
hair.
like it went through a vacuum cleaner. It's all
Yeah,
just dusty.
disgusting. I mean, you think about that bag is getting put down everywhere on the mat a million times. Every time
Yes.
you're putting your bag down or
Yes.
whatever, it's just going.
Wonder why all your girls got ringworm in their scalp. It's because
Yeah,
the hair ties, just impetigo
exactly.
breakouts and stuff. Oh, that'd be terrible. Yeah, and then he keeps getting ringworm on his stomach because it's like right there, just rubbing all the time. But yeah, no, keep them inside the bag. That's for sure. Those are the top 5 things: extra hair net, extra hair ties, sanitary products. Um, you can go knee pad.
Knee pad,
Um,
nose plug,
those plugs are 1,000%.
headgear.
Um, extra headgear. Yeah. And you know what what works good too? And I learned this from Bo Dominguez and Ralph Valle at John Glenn back in the day. Lifesavers. They wrestle good, you throw them a lifesaver, it takes the cotton mouth away. They look forward to it. They look forward to it. Used to do it at Panorama. I'd have Jolly Ranchers, and then they'd come up. Do they still have Jolly Ranchers? I haven't seen Jolly Ranchers
Yeah,
in like
they
forever.
still have them.
Okay, good. I need to go get some tomorrow. I'm craving it now. But yeah, I throw them a Jolly Rancher. They were all happy, even if they got the yellow one. They were like,
Even the
ah.
yellow one.
Even the
I
yellow one.
don't
They were
like.
just happy
I
to
don't like the
happy to
purple
not
one.
happy to not have cottonmouth. That's the big thing. So yeah, those are essentials, I think, overall. But nowadays, like, kids also need to have their music, so you should have your portable speaker with you.
Oh
You
my
should have
gosh!
you need. Oh, you know what? Ramirez at Monroe, he brings a power bar with him.
Like,
Not
what's
like
a power bar? Oh, like a power strip. Like,
a power strip, yeah. So he plugs it in, and all the girls are around it, plug their phones in real quick. So if you ever go to a tournament, you see Ramirez, you'll see him because he has this reclining freaking fold-up chair. I don't know where he got it, but he has it set up right by the plug, dude. And it's just, which I'm waiting for him to break out a second one, like just plug it into the strip into the strip into the wall. That's I think in the
I
making.
got one
I'm
that
pretty
I
sure.
travel with. It's like 8 feet long, and it's got 2 USB ports and just a one regular plug. It's
Uh-huh.
perfect. 'Cause you never know where that
Yeah,
plug's gonna be.
yeah, that's true. But I have a solar powered portable one, and I have
Hmm.
another one that's 20,000 milliamps. Could power my phone 7 times from dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, I carry a lot of those.
Yeah,
But
actually, portable charger might be one nowadays, something you need, especially tournaments that are like multiple days and they're run on track or flow, and you got to constantly refresh your feed to know when the next match is up.
yeah, for
Which I would
sure.
like to see more tournaments run on track or flow. I don't really care.
Pick
It's
one and go.
instant.
Well, we're
It's
doing.
instantaneous. You know, I know it's a
Yeah,
pain in the butt
updated.
to set it up, but once you get it set up, it's plug and play.
Dude, I can't even tell you right now. I'm ready to shoot myself. Okay, so I have the Belladonnas on there, right? June 30th, and we're set up the registration, and it's difficult, dude, to like you got to spend hours on there just punching in. I mean, but my understanding though is like once it's set, you're golden. You're golden. You can just you're fine. You don't got to worry about it. You can take that information and put it to the next tournament. Take that information, put it to the next tournament, the next tournament, the next tournament, and it's fine. So that's something that yeah, I know is pretty good. I just got to get used to it. It's
Yeah.
just pain in the butt right now for sure. So
Yeah, and you really, I guess you need somebody to run it, but it's pretty much self-sufficient. The only thing, there's some manual overrides you got to do in certain scenarios, but
yeah, if you know what you're doing, I'm just using it for registration. I'll do everything by paper this time, just so I can, because I don't know how to do it
but
yet.
you can even do in track, like somebody should walk you through it.
Uh-huh.
If not, Blake from TMI might be able to walk you through it because he runs track a lot. But
Okay.
you can like set it up to like do all your pairings, and then you can print them out like regular if you want.
Oh, okay.
Like
Nice.
it'll take
Okay.
all your registrations, and then
Uh-huh.
once the weights are entered,
Yeah.
then or confirmed, I should say, because you don't even have to enter them, you just confirm them.
Yeah.
Then you can spit it out in round robins and 8-man bracket,
That's cool.
16-man bracket, 32-man bracket, whatever. But just
Sweet.
for ease of use.
Yeah, I got to figure it out. But anyhow, so yeah, so that's June 30th. Battle of Belladonna's. It's on Track Wrestling. Everybody can register on Track Wrestling, so we're getting that going. Um, but yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Anything else for you?
No, girls Greco State and boys Greco State for high school is in a week or something next weekend,
Next weekend?
and then kids Freestyle State is next weekend. So
On the same weekend?
yeah, kids freestyle is always the same as high school Greco, and then it's vice versa. So as kids, last time Freestyle State was kids Greco,
Oh, okay.
and
This time
because
it's
they
for
got a lot less. That's why. You know, we
copy
got
that.
2,000 kids doing freestyle and 300 high schoolers doing Greco.
All right. You guys going up for that?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Last minute guy. I think we're taking a couple of our youth club kids, so I might go up there. So
Nice.
see. I'll see what the schedule looks like.
Yeah.
I hate going on Friday. Friday kills me. You know, you got to almost take the
Yeah.
whole day off of work. Like if it's Saturday, that's easy. You just get up at 4 in the morning, and you're there by 8, and it's no big deal.
Yeah. No. Well, and then what about Battle of the Parking Lot?
I don't think I'm going to that.
Yeah.
Even though it's supposed to be on the pier or whatever it's called over there this year.
Yeah, I don't know. Believe it when I see it.
Are you going?
No.
You don't want to beat
I mean,
Mario's team?
God. Tell my daughter I wouldn't talk about this. But
You've lied to her before. It's okay. Tell her I brought it up. Just tell her I brought it up.
yeah. She's like, she can watch this and see it. No, here's the thing, okay? You know, dude, I've told him countless times. We're on that chat together. Told him countless times. You want to come down? We'll find a gym and we'll wrestle. Not a big deal. And he put it out there, and I put it out there. Like, look at he's challenging us, but I don't want to spend the money for a tournament that I don't know how it's going to be run. It's on a Thursday. I have a job. Okay, I know some people don't. I do. I don't know if I could take a Thursday off again. And
well,
then
it's a Thursday and a Friday because your kids are going to want to wrestle the individual part of the tournament too.
yeah, they're already there. Yeah, and then I pay for my kids' housing. I pay for food. I pay for a lot of stuff. That's more money out of my pocket, And to be honest, I'm not interested in dueling a team that's put together. I'm interested in dueling teams that are teams. They train together. That's what we do. You look on our Instagram, the kids' Instagram, they're up here constantly. They're down here. Dude, those girls from Union City, they drive down constantly. Their mom I don't know what their car's made out of, but they drive down like all the time. So they're
and
always
some
training
girls
with
from
us.
like Morro Bay too, right? There's some
Yeah,
Morro Bay girls.
they train with Garza, and yeah, so they train with us. That's our team. It's not a team that we give singlets to, So when I tell some when he brought it up, and I said, look, just we'll find a neutral spot and we'll take care. We'll even drive up there. We'll meet you in Visalia, which is longer for us and closer to him. We'll meet you in Bakersfield if you want. We'll meet wherever. But I think he was interested more in just putting singlets on girls that were going to be at this event and saying that Swamp beats Somar. And that's not what we're about. We really do want to duel people, but we want to duel teams. We don't want to duel, and I don't want to talk about it anymore because I don't want it to be a thing. It's already been a thing and it looks bad. And I don't want to look bad to in front of my girl. I look bad on my own. I don't want to make look bad to my girls.
So are you putting it out there that you want to challenge Wyoming Seminary? Because they're a team.
They're a team. And you know what? We would take our licks. I mean, we won some matches at Body Bar against them.
Yeah.
So it's not that we wouldn't, I mean, we'll take what we get. It's a team. We'd wrestle a team 100%, So, but if you're going to just try to put a bunch of girls in your singlet and say that they're your team, that's a team. You put that team together, but that's not your team and it's not coaching, and we take pride in the coaching that we do. Like my daughter this weekend, Savannah Kidu is wrestling Genesis, and Genesis really, was a one-sided victory their first match. And then they wrestled for the individual medal and they made adjustments and we were able to reverse that. And Genesis, and I don't say it to be disrespectful to Eddie or to be disrespectful to Genesis, because Genesis is a good wrestler. She's a solid wrestler. Somebody that if you get a win over, you want to you celebrate that, not outwardly, but internally you celebrate that. Same thing with Charlotte. Vienna Garcia is wrestling her, lost to her a lot of times, and we wrestled her at Freestyle State. And
was she there this weekend?
Vienna was there, yeah.
No, was Charlotte was there this weekend?
Charlotte was there. No, Charlotte was there.
Because she's down here.
But
I didn't know if she went there.
Would have been great to have her. We could have put her on a team for sure. I mean, you're not going to turn that girl away. She's super tough. But yeah, I mean, that's just, we take pride in our coaching, and I don't knock Mario. He does a good job for a lot of kids. He finds them trips and he does good things for those kids and good for him, but we're not interested in dueling, getting Shilson and Laurent and Kilty and putting them in a swamp singlet and wrestling them and saying the swamp beats Somar. It's not gonna happen that way. I mean, my girls want those matchups, but we'd love to duel. We would duel swamp. And that's why I told him too. You want to put the teams that you had at state and have them duel. We'll go at it. Those girls, they put their name online, and you could put Jennifer Soto on your team. You could put whoever wrestled for you at state, put them on there. No problem. But, and we would love to duel Titan Mercury. We'd love to duel anybody who had a female team. If that's your team and that's who you train with, then hey, that's awesome. I mean, shit, Slam has 3 world team members on their team. We'd like to duel them too. So I don't know. That is what it is. And like I said, it got a little silly, and I apologize to my girls for that and anybody who represents Somar.
That's funny. It's the same thing that goes on in our group chat. It was just public.
Yeah, just constant bickering. But like I said, I do respect the fact that Mario gives opportunity to some kids that don't have it otherwise. So good job to him on that. So other than that, that's all. Nothing more about that. So anyhow, y'all good?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm freaking solid, dude. I'm happy we got this out of the way because it's on my mind. Like, I want to do a podcast, but I just wasn't sure what we talk about. So this is kind of another.
Well, we're kind of in the good season. We'll have final X's to talk about, and for Greco State and the transfer drama.
Are you interested in going to final X?
Maybe.
Let's talk offline.
All right.
I don't want any evidence.
Which one?
The first one. That's going to be the best one. Second one's not going to have anything. It's going to have Burroughs and Aymar, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And then James Green against Northwestern kid, Ryan Deacon. Yeah. I'm just like, I think this first one's going to be the good one. It's in New Jersey. We can drive over to New York.
In the rack.
Yeah. So, but I don't know though, man. Will it be a gym full of Suriano types? Everybody just flexing.
They're all like that.
Just fake tan and gymmed up.
Yeah. GTL, bro.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I wish Sirianni would wrestle.
He's
I
here this weekend.
Yeah. How did
He
that
was
camp?
here.
Did you send anybody to that camp? Was it big? Was it good?
No, I didn't. I
I
just
didn't.
saw some social media posts about it.
I didn't see a lot
But
of people though. I only saw like just people individuals with it. That's
no,
curious.
it was we. I don't know. It was like you know, Bobby Perez was there. Um, Lil Figs was there. Um, Kyle Valencia was there. So it was some
Okay.
Bosco kids,
Hmm.
and then I'm sure they had they had to have had a bunch of little kids there. You know, all
Yeah.
the youth kids. I mean, you kind of be remiss. It was like kind of inexpensive too, if I recall. It was like $100 or something for
Yeah.
I think it was Bresser
Yeah. Ronnie Bresser and
and
Soriano.
Siriano. You know,
Hmm.
good deal.
Yeah.
You got two national champs there, giving a clinic.
Was Bresser a national champ?
Yeah, who's the other kid that was a national champ for Rutgers this year?
No, Ashnault. Anthony Ashnault.
Okay, I don't know who it was. Maybe I don't know if it was Ashnault or Bresser was there, but Bresser was a national champ a couple of years ago though.
Hmm. I thought Bresser was at Oregon State 125.
Okay, then it's not Bresser. They're both Rutgers guys. It's both Rutgers guys.
Okay.
Might have been Ashnault.
Yes. Could have asked him how that knee got hurt on a leg lace.
There's a couple guys. That's all I know.
Yeah. All righty. Well, anyhow, everybody, and I announced it too, by the way, Josh, just so you know, I announced that tournament. So like, subscribe, hit us up, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, Google Play, all that good stuff, Twitter.
Cool. Yeah, request some topics. Request if you'd like to have a certain guest or 2 or 5 on. We'll try to make some reach out and make some.
Okay. Real quick, I was gonna be a total dick to you. I was gonna call Pat Downey and then like bring it up and have you like bash him and then just have him click in.
Yeah, I'd bash him to his face. It's fine. I just think he's doing himself a disservice on the whole.
What are you talking about? The
marketing.
guy's great. That guy's wonderful.
No,
You're out of your mind.
He's trying to act like he's from Jersey already. He's only been there for like 6 months at NJRTC. He ain't from New Jersey. He's from like Maryland or somewhere up in the northern sticks. You know,
Yeah.
he's
from Baltimore, baby. He's from
yeah,
Baltimore.
there you go. He's not a Jersey guy, but he's acting like one. And you know,
Hey,
he's come. I'll give him credit for coming a long way and not even being able to pass a drug test to get admitted to a school to becoming the U.S. Open champ and the U.S. representative. So good for him.
I love it. I love a comeback story, Josh. Come on.
Yeah, but you gotta when you do the comeback, you gotta want people to be your fans, not say
I'm a fan.
I know, but he's saying F you to everybody. If you weren't a fan before, I don't even want you being my fan. The wagon's full and all that crap. You know, like okay, well then I won't be your fan. Screw you.
Yeah. Oh, took it to heart, Snowflake.
Wait till Taylor comes back next year and whoops your ass. That's all I gotta say.
If he
Or
passes the
Dake.
drug test.
Yeah, or
if he
Dake.
passes the drug test.
He's got a whole year to pass the drug test, man.
I'm just kidding. Don't anybody go tell David Taylor I've accused him. I don't need that big eared guy.
I'm gonna text him right now.
I'm gonna see them all. Hey, excuse me. Are you talking smack? Yeah. Like Jesus. Those ears look like they belong on my head.
Yeah. They'd still be too big.
Yeah. My head or the ears?
Both.
All righty, dude. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Let's go.